Hi, it's Nick, and today we're going to do a little lesson on how to practice scales, chords, and arpeggios. The first thing you want to do is learn 5 shapes of both major and minor, scale, pentatonic scale, arpeggio, and chord. And once you've got that down, then this is how you go about practicing. I won't show you all the scales and stuff. You can look that up online or in a ton of books. So the first thing we'll do is we're going to start on our low E string. So we're going to do the key of C. So no sharps, no flats. So we'll start on our low E string and we'll play our major scale. Okay, so here we go. Okay, now we're going to stay there and we're going to go and do our major pentatonic scale now. Okay, now we're going to move on to our major arpeggio. And now finally our major chord. Okay, now we're going to move to our next string. We're going to stay in the same key, so we're going to be in C on our A string, so our C is here on the 3rd fret. Okay, so we're going to do the exact same thing. We'll go through the major scale, then the major pentatonic, the arpeggio, and then finally the chord. Now, the thing is here, a lot of people, no matter what, will start their scale on the low E string, so they won't be starting on the root. I don't like that. I always like to start on the root and end on the root, so that way, one, you can hear it resolve. It's always good for the student to hear it resolve back to the tonic of the key. And two, a lot of people just won't even know where the root note is, and that pretty much makes your scale useless. So it's very important to me anyways to start and end on the root note. So what I'll do is I'll take the scale, I'll play it all the way up from my root note, back down to the root note, then I'll go underneath and catch those lower notes, and then go back up again to the root note. So that'll sound like this. So that's how I practice all of them. So the pentatonics as well as the arpeggios. So here's the pentatonic. The arpeggio. And the chord. Okay, so then we'll stay in the key of C. We'll move up to our D string. We'll find our C up here. And we'll do the same thing. Okay, so pentatonic. Arpeggio. And chord. I like to play that chord with the 3rd in the bass. I think it sounds good. So you can play with the 3rd on the top as well if you like. I don't do that very often, so I'm not very good at it. But. Okay, then we'll move on to the next string. So our C's here. And same thing, major scale, major pentatonic, arpeggio, and then the chord. Here's pentatonic. Arpeggio. And chord. Alright, and then up to the B string. Hard to get this chord up here. Okay, so that's all your major ones. Obviously the low E and the high E string, you'll play in the same position. So that's all your major stuff. Then I would switch to minors. I won't play through all the minors, I'll just do like 2 strings worth. So we would do A minor, no sharps or flats. So here's our first one. Okay, pentatonic. Then arpeggio. And your chord. Alright, then we'll move up to the A string. Oh, wait a second. Sorry about that, brain fart. Alright, pentatonic. And arpeggio. So that's how I recommend to all my students they practice that. Then you have all your scales all over the neck. Eventually you can, there's a lot of different ways to practice them, but that's a good way to memorize them. Once you get that, then you can practice different things to hook them together so you can move seamlessly through the neck. So I hope that was informative. If you're looking for lessons, I teach in Kent, Ohio, and you can reach me at nickguitarlessons@yahoo.com.